Hi, everybody. It is Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in, sellers. I am wearing my Santa hat if you're seeing me, and if you're listening to me, you get to envision me in a Santa hat. So come on in, come on in. Let me know how you're doing, how your day's been going, how your weather is. Not too cold here in New York City. I'm going to say like high 40s, low 50s, but damp, raining all day. Had a bunch of mail to take out, which was great. And actually, I don't know if you do this when the weather's really bad. Um, and again, I package well, to protect the mail, from the weather and everything. But just because I don't want the packages to get totally drenched by the time I get them to the post office, I carry my mail in a big IKEA bag, is I lay, excuse me, like plastic wrap over the top to protect everything. So the packages arrive nice and dry, at least to the post office. From there on, it is what it is. But that's one thing to think about when you are packing mail. Hey, Ryan, is do consider the fact that your packages are going through rain, they're going through snow, they may be dropped in rain, they may be dropped in snow. So you always want, even if it's in a poly mailer or specifically if it's in a box, because boxes are, they get wet, cardboard gets wet. You want whatever's inside to be wrapped to keep that nice and safe. But as you're coming in and settling in, let me introduce myself. I'm Kathy Terrell, and what I'm going to be talking about today is what is number one for eBay sellers. And it may surprise you. I actually did like a snap poll with a bunch of sellers just to see what people's priorities are right now. So I think you'll be intrigued by the answer. But I'm a top rated seller on eBay. I'm selling on eBay for over 15 years. I started very small when I first started selling on eBay, just selling odds and ends from around the house, like a lot of sellers do. I started very casually, no intention of growing or scaling a business. It was very part time for me because I needed to be home to take care of my mom. Hey, Joan, how are you? And my mother's name was Joan, so that's wonderful, Joan. Thank you for joining me. My mom was sick. I was the only East Coast relative. My siblings were extremely supportive and wonderful bunch. Were all out on the West Coast. I really wanted to be nearby to take care of my mom. And at the time I was commuting to be a product presenter on QVC, which is in Westchester, Pennsylvania, which is about 8 hours round trip from New York City at the time with traffic and everything. So had a long chat with my husband and said, I really need to come home. I really need to be home based and not be commuting because mom was going in and out of the hospital a lot, and made that choice. And then selling on eBay part time was perfect for me. It gave me a ton of flexibility on my hours because I needed to be going to doctor's appointments and things with her. And then after my mom passed, talking to my husband, looking at my life, trying to figure out, what was going to work, what wasn't going to work. And I said, you know what? I really love selling on eBay. I love the sellers. I love the buyers. I love eBay. Let me grow this. Let me see how, let me scale this. And that's what scaling means. It means to grow your business. And let's just see how this goes. And I did it. I'm a full-time eBay seller. I'm a top-rated seller. I've got over 10,000 feedback, all positive. Yay for now. I was trained by eBay as an education specialist. I've got over 25 years of brick and mortar experience here in New York doing different things in stores. And then I did sell on QVC for 6 years. So what I do is I take all of that, take all of my retail knowledge, take my QVC knowledge, which is quite extensive. When you're selling on QVC, there's a lot of training you go through. Plus, you get to watch a lot of great presenters. I actually was on QVC when Joan Rivers was alive and got to watch her, got to meet her. That was fantastic. She's some salesperson. So that was really interesting. And then taking all of that and using it to grow my business on eBay, and then to help other sellers grow their business on eBay. I get to work with a lot of eBay teams on different projects. I've spoken on stage with eBay teams. So I just love eBay, love teaching people about selling on eBay, love talking about eBay. And what my specialty is, there's a lot of great sellers that'll tell you about different things to source, different things to buy, which is fantastic. What I focus on is the business side of eBay. It is a business. What can I do to help me on the business side? Inventory strategies, listing strategies, promotions, what works, what doesn't work. Because it's great to source super inventory. But if your listing isn't optimized, you're not going to get the price that you could for that item. So there's a real art to that. If you think about going into stores, the way the displays are laid out, that's one thing I learned from retail, is very, very important. There's things that you can do with displays that catch the eye and that can get you a higher price. It's the same thing on eBay. So yes, you want to source great inventory, but as important is how you list and then how you promote. Because if you can sell that item faster, just think about this. So if typically your items sit around for, let's say, 3 or 4 months or 5 or 6 months or a year, year and a half, and if you can get it to sell faster, even a month faster or 2 months faster or a couple weeks faster, that means you're getting a return on your investment. The money is going back into your pocket, back into your bank account, back to your bills faster than before. And that is good. So the faster you can sell and still make good money, the better. It's great to have good margins. That's how much you're making after all the expenses. But you also want speed. So the faster it sells for good money, the better. You'll look at any retail establishment, and you hear a lot about it in the news because of everything going on right now, is oftentimes the big situation for businesses is cash flow. It's great to have that great inventory, but you need it to sell so that you have great cash flow. And that's what I wanted to talk about today, about what is number one for eBay sellers. Hey, Marcia, how are you? Hi, Brenda. Yay, from Florida. We got everybody. And Marcia's in New Jersey. So, hey, Marcia is, people think a lot of different things. Like, Kathy, number one for me is sales. Kathy, number one for me is sourcing inventory. Number one for me is my family. So people will say number one a lot of different things. It can also change during the year, and it can change within your business. Something can be a top priority now. Like when I first started selling on eBay, my top priority was flexibility. Was that I really could pick things up, put things down, pretty much any time of the day, just because of things that was going on in my life. And that's true for a lot of sellers, that their top priority selling is the flexibility of eBay because they have a lot of moving parts in their life. But this is the thing that really came as number one for everybody, was time. And that may seem very basic. I think I've got something in my eye. Hang on a second. Oh, here we go. Probably something. But it's a much bigger topic than you would think. Because people will say, well, how does she get so much done? Or I've had people say to me, like, how do you get so much done? And it's because I've really looked at time. I've looked at my day. I look at my week. I look at my month. And I look at my year. And I look at the moving parts in my life. For instance, this is something that just happened to me recently, was I really looked at fourth quarter, which is October, November, December. Typically, it gets busier. And for many sellers, January will stay very busy, if not busier than December, just to give you a heads up in case this is your first year of selling through for a full year. So I've looked at, okay, I'm going to be selling more. I've got other commitments in my life as far as teams that I'm on and projects that I'm working on and sellers that I work with and clients that I have. I also have an eBay seller membership group, Social Media Insider, time I spend with them. So I have all these things in my life, and my sales are going to increase, which means more time with customer service, more time with shipping. How am I going to do that without increasing the hours that I'm working? Because that's what I was after. I didn't want to be working a 14-hour day, a 16-hour day. I wanted to stay within the time frame that I have set up for my work. So it's like, okay, how on earth am I going to do this? So I was thinking through, and the first thing you do when you're looking at, like, where is my time going, is to time chart it. And it's real simple. I mean, you'll see things online and all kinds of things, but honestly, what I found works was just grab a piece of paper. You can do it on an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Doc, Google Sheets, whatever works for you. But really, honestly, keep it by your elbow and clock where your time is going. And do it for a couple of days, because every day is different. What time do you get up? How long does it take to get going in the morning? How much time do you spend shipping, listing, other things in your life, food shopping, taking the dog for a walk, whatever it is. Just map it out and be honest. Okay. You're the only one that's going to see it, but really look at where your time is going. And what I realized was, and my husband helps me with my eBay business, is by giving more of the shipping over to my husband, the amount of time that would free up. And if you think about it, to have somebody, for instance, pick up your mail, or to have somebody drop off your mail, if it's something that you've been doing, let's say that saves you, let's say the dropping off the mail, that saves you 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, or to arrange for USPS to come and pick up from you. That takes, that will save you 20 minutes a day or whatever. And you go, well, saving me 15 or 20 minutes, what's the big deal with that? But over a week, let's say even if it's just 5 days, let's say you don't ship on Saturday for 5 days, and let's say it saves you 15 minutes a day, okay? So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's an hour. And then Friday, another 15 minutes. An hour and 15 minutes that just got given back to you because of having somebody else just drop off the mail, not even doing the packing, just drop off the mail. An hour and 15 minutes back in your day, back in your week. That's huge. An hour and 15 minutes is quite a few listings. That's quite a bit of social media. And that's what I want to encourage you about. What is most important is oftentimes when we're looking at time, we'll think of like 60-minute chunks or 2-hour chunks or 3-hour chunks. And there are certain tasks where you do need a decent chunk of time. But 15 minutes saved here and 15 minutes saved there by literally just sort of thinking through your week. Can you combine certain tasks or errands that you do it together? Do you really have to do that thing every day? Could you perhaps do it twice a week or 3 times a week? I know one of the first things I did with my eBay money was to have a cleaning person come into our home regularly and clean the house. Because that way with them, and I've had cleaning ladies and I've had cleaning men, by them doing the vacuuming and the dusting, and I'm trying to think what else they do. They make the bed, which is like, yay. By freeing up that hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours, how many listings can you get done in 2 hours or 3 hours? How many items can you photograph in 2 or 3 hours? How much research can you do in a couple of hours? So that's what you think about, because you go, well, I'm not sure if I, want to spend the money on a cleaning person. Is that money that you're spending on that or anything else, if it's freeing you up? So for instance, that 2 hours I'm now free to do, let's say 10 listings, 15 listings. How much more income is it to my family by getting those 10 or 15 listings up? And I think this is the thing oftentimes when we're running a business, is that we take it all on ourselves, is to have somebody like, and it's not necessarily somebody coming in and helping you with listings, which is also great. And I know people that do that. They have friends that help them list. They have a neighbor that helps them list. They might have some kind of virtual assistant, but even something like cleaning your house. Sometimes takeout, you may not think of takeout as helping you with your eBay business, but if you're picking up that salad or that sandwich, that's whatever amount of money that it is, that's half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour and a half that you're not having to do meal preparation, frees you up again, more listing, more shipping time. So really think about it as far as it's not necessarily hiring people to do listing or to actually pack your item. Are there things like takeout? Are there things like having USPS pick up your packages? Are there things like, is there a family member, a spouse, or a partner? Or do you have a neighbor that can pick up the packages and drop them because it's right on their way? And sometimes it's a matter of us being willing to let go. It's like, I know for me, it was like, let somebody else drop off the mail. I don't have USPS pick up here because the problem is they tend to pick up very late in the day. And sometimes they don't pick up at all. They just skip. So it's like, I'm not going to deal with that. So I go and drop the mail off. And now my husband goes and drops the mail off. The amount of time that frees up for me, again, an hour and a half, you're going to hear a New York City siren going by, is huge. It's that thing of be willing to let go, be willing to let other people help, budget for it. Yes, it's worth it to spend the $20, the $30, the $40 perhaps to have somebody come into your home and clean once a month because it's something you don't really enjoy doing. And it frees you up for listing time, shipping time, or just personal time. It frees you up for time to go and have that coffee with a friend or Zoom with that friend because that matters. Okay. So that's why, again, walking the dog, perhaps walking the dog is taking the packages, on your shoulder if the post office is close enough that you can incorporate walking your dog with dropping your packages off. But that's what I want you to start to think about is how can I consolidate tasks that I do regularly? And it's not just eBay selling tasks, it's household tasks, food shopping. Okay. We've got the holidays, as far as decorating, baking, all that kind of thing of what really matters to me. What do I really want to do? What can I delegate? And are there things that really don't need to get done? But to think about it, because you don't want to be working 14-hour days and you don't want to be working 16-hour days. And again, if you know you're going into a busy season, which can be different for different sellers. I've worked with sellers that are home and garden. For them, springtime is incredibly busy. And to really think through, okay, what am I going to do with my schedule so I'm not working 16-hour days? And for me was my husband now does the mail. He drops it off. It frees up a huge amount of time for me. I have a cleaning person that comes to my home like every 3 to 4 weeks and cleans. And while they're cleaning, that frees me up to do listing, to do client meetings, all of that kind of thing. So think about it. And even if you only have $10, you go, is there, something like with takeout, go, okay, I've got $10 a week or $15 a week for a sandwich or for some Chinese or for some pizza. That's going to free me up so I can do other things rather than meal prep and cleaning up. It's a wonderful time with my family, and it means that I'm not working a 14-hour day. So sometimes it's a matter of spending that money, right? Spend that $10, that $20, that $30, that $50 because of the time benefit it's going to give me. For me at the beginning was having a cleaning person. That for me was a treat. I clean, I've been cleaning for years. So for me, that was a real treat to have somebody come in and clean my home. For somebody else, you may absolutely love cleaning your home. That's a real treat for you. There's something else that you like to delegate. Perhaps like spring, summer, it's lawn mowing. I know a lot of times there's lawn mowing services or pruning shrubs. All kinds of things to go, what works for you? Because we're all different with tasks that we really like to do and the tasks that we're willing to hand off. But don't belittle like handing off a task that saves you 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. For me, it's about 20, 25 minutes by having my husband drop off the mail. I just got like an hour and a half gifted back to me in my week. I can think of a lot of things to do with that. And I've got something to help you with that. Actually, I'm going to show you. This is actually on Amazon. I know you guys are going to get a kick out of this. So you're going to hop over to Amazon. And I wrote this. It is your 2021 Sales and Social Media Success Planner. And it's print on demand on Amazon, which is why it's there. And if you go on Amazon and if you Google my name, Kathy Terrell, that's Terrill, you will find it. It is half off right now. It's $9.99. So grab it. I actually have it right here. It's over 100 pages. And what it is it's literally all of 2021. And it's only half off for a couple of days. So grab it before it goes back up. And what I've done is you set your goals. So you set your goals. And then from that, you're going to set quarterly goals. So I'll have like my big overall yearly goal. And then I'm going to set quarterly goals. And what I do is I chunk it down so that you have your big goal. Then you break it down, and then you break it down even further to weekly. And it's listing, it's shipping, it's your social media, it's everything broken down for you. And that's in your 2021 Sales and Social Media Success Planner. I find something like the planner, and I developed it. So what I did was I looked at a lot of different planners. I interviewed a lot of different sellers about different needs people have. And the big sticking point for people is, we'll set these goals. I want to list this much or do this social media or do this inventory sourcing. And then what happens is you get stuck or you get sidetracked. And that's why I created the Sales and Social Media Success Planner, is because it helps you to stay on track, because you see what that goal is and then you see how to break it down. A lot of times we're really good at setting like the big goal, but we're not sure how to get there. And that's what the planner is all about, is set the big goal, but then how do I get there? How do I get there? And how to do it in January, how to do it in February, how to do it in March. You set it, you set the goal. And then if you go through the planner, it helps you to break it down and chunk it down. So hop over to Amazon and grab that because you're going to really, really, really like it. It's the 2021 Sales and Social Media Success Planner, because again, that gift of time, that gift of an hour and a half back in your week will help you to achieve what you want, to get the listings up that you want, to research that new category that you want, to learn that new tool or app that you want to take a look at to help you with your eBay selling. And it doesn't just happen. I mean, sometimes it does. Sometimes things just happen. But for the most part, it's because you plan it. If you go, I'm going to learn this new tool. I'm actually learning a new tool. You learn this new tool but you have to set time aside, and you got to learn it, and you got to ask questions, and you got to use it. It's just like listing on eBay, right? How do you learn how to list on eBay? You study, and then you get in there and you start listing, and you learn. And then eBay changes the rules, right? And then you learn some more and you keep going. But you have to have the time to do it. And then you've got to do it. So the Sales and Social Media Success Planner that I've established, what it does is it helps you to keep on track, because that's always the big thing. I work with a lot of sellers and they'll set these great goals, but they don't follow through. The success comes from following through and doing it again and doing it again and doing it again and having a good time while you're doing it. So take a look at your weekly schedule. What stuff can be clumped together? What can you delegate? Again, even freeing up half an hour a week. Don't let somebody go, oh, you're only, that's only half an hour. Half an hour is a lot, right? Half an hour for a seller, that's a lot of shipping. That's a lot of listings. So don't let people poo-poo that. Grab this while I've got it discounted for you guys and enjoy. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. Bye-bye, everybody.